Hello there, my name is Chris Beaver, and I'm a nurse at a hospital in Huntington. It's called Cabell County Hospital, and I just wanted to tell you a few things about that. What it's like to be a nurse, what it takes to be a nurse, and all the good and bad about being a nurse. So where I work, work in the operating room. From there, we bring patients in that are sick. Sometimes they've broken a bone or they've gotten sick with something else, and we try to fix them up. And they do a great job there. All the nurses pull together. It's like a tight group between the nurses, the surgery techs, and the doctors, the surgeons. And this week is scrub tech week, and those guys do a great job. So to get into nursing, what you have to do, you have to go a couple years of college. It's usually between 2 and 4 years. And then, after you get into nursing school and you get accepted and all that, you'll go through, and then you could do lots of different things with a nursing degree. And a little bit challenging to get through nursing school, but once you get through, a lot of doors, a lot of opportunities open up. You could work in a hospital. A lot of nurses, that's their kind of go-to, is they're working in the hospital. You can work in the operating room, or you can work in the cath lab, or in the floor, or, on the floor, where people just have different illnesses, but they can't be at home. They need to have a little bit closer watch on them. Or you could be in the critical care, in the ICU, intensive care, where they need a lot of help. They need somebody there with them. Hi there. To make sure, they can get through that to the best we can. There's also other things you could do at clinics. Some people work with clinics close with the physician, bringing the patients in, doing assessments, checking them out, see if their blood pressure is good, see if their heart is doing well, listen to their lungs. Sometimes people have lung diseases, heart diseases, and we just want to help fix them up best we can. So I can tell you, I've been a nurse for about 16 years, done a lot of different things. I worked out on the floor, like I say, where they couldn't be home. They needed to come to the hospital, and then in critical care, where they're really sick, they need help, and it feels great to be the one to give them that help. It's nice because they pay you as well to be a nurse, but the best part about it is definitely helping people. That's worth more than any amount of money, is to help them get them through. They come in, they're nervous, you want to talk to them. If you have something in common, just get their mind off things. Let them know that they're in good hands. You don't want to act too goofy or anything like that, which sometimes I can be guilty of. You just want to, you just want to be there with them. At a hospital I used to work at, it was in the cardiac cath lab. We had, a little bit of freedom to do what we wanted. And there I had a lot of instruments. I was playing a couple earlier, and we would play that while we were waiting to start a procedure, just to help the patients through things, that way they could not feel so scared, and, just make them feel welcome. You want to treat everyone the same way you would want someone to treat your family, the same way you'd want your mom or dad or grandma or uncle or even your friends to be treated. That's what you have to keep in mind all the time. It's not just another run-of-the-mill. You want to give them the best care you can. Funny experience. Lots of funny experiences. Can't tell you a lot about them because you got to keep it confidential. I wanted to go to the hospital to show you a few things there, but today is a very busy day at the hospital, and we want to keep those people's information and their faces and all that private. We don't want to, exploit any of them or show anything that maybe we shouldn't. So I really couldn't do much about that, but I could tell you about the work there in the operating room. We're close, tight-knit. You have to have good communication with your doctors. You got to try to be polite best you can, no matter how excited or how many strong personalities there are there with you. And the OR is a lot of fun. ICU, great experience. The floor nursing, you get to really nurture people and help them through, whatever they're going through. There's even some nurses that work from home, some that work for insurance companies, some that work try to keep people out of the hospital. That's a new telehealth thing where you call people when they're ill, if they're feeling bad, or maybe if the blood pressure's way up, or their blood sugar's way low. It's a good way to touch base with those people that aren't really sick yet, but you can help prevent them from getting sick. And that's really important. You don't want to just treat their illness of physical, but also, their well-being. Not everybody's going to be 100% all the time, and you help them through best you can. And you're always going to keep learning. You're never going to know it all. You're going to, you gotta have to eat your vegetables every day and strive to learn more and more, so they can continue to get better and better outcomes. That you want them to feel better mentally. You just want them to be relaxed. Let them know they're in competent hands, and that's a big part of nursing. A lot of nurturing through those difficult times. So there's some nurses that work where babies are born. That's a lot of people really like that. That's not really my strong suit, but a lot of people really love that. And you're bringing someone into the world. It's really nice experiences, to share. Biggest part for me about nursing is the you joy you get from helping people. I didn't know I wanted to be a nurse. I'd never thought until right before I started that I even would want to do that. I thought I'd be a fireman or join the military, that type of thing. Just so happened I tried it out and it was interesting. So it's kind of scary and interesting at the same time. So I learned a little more and more as time goes on, and it became very interesting to where you get so much enjoyment out of working there. It doesn't seem like work if you find what you really like to do. It just seems like you hang out with a bunch of friends that like to help fix people, and that's the kind of people you want to be around. And that a lot of times that steel sharpens steel. When you meet a good nurse, their good habits will rub off on you and show you maybe what kind of bad habits you have, and hopefully you can reciprocate that with them. So that way, you just you have the same goal, and it's important to have that kind of family, that net in nursing. You want to be with people that are positive. Most of the time, can't always be positive all the time, but you got to leave a lot of that stuff at home. You can't think about what you're going to do this evening or what happened yesterday. Your focus needs to be on them. What could you do for them to make their life better? Let's see, what else can I tell you about it? It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, but when they do, sometimes you get to step up and you're there being that person that makes a difference. Sometimes time is a big factor. You need to help them right away before they really get sick or they really get in trouble, or, some kind of, help prevent problems best you can. And then nurse them back to health. Just to live their life as best as they possibly can. I don't know what else to add. That's a big part of what I know about it. Just after being there 16 years, like I say, intensive care, cath lab, the operating room, all have their positive things and their negative things, but mostly positive. And that's what you want in a career. I feel like something there's more positives and you enjoy doing it. Of course, always have a good family life. You got to make sure that, that's squared away. That's a big part of it. But an overall health, having a good job goes a long way in your happiness. And once you find that's great. I'm excited just to know that you guys are going to go out and find those jobs. And I think there's probably a lot of people that are going to say right now, no, I would never do nursing. That's nothing I would ever want to do. And later you'll find out, boy, here you are. Someone said it years ago, and now you're doing it. Yeah, you are a nurse, and you had no idea that your path in life was going to lead to that. But sometimes it does, and sometimes it works out, and that's great. I think that's about it. I don't want to talk your ear off. Is there anything else I need to touch base on or anything like that? The schedule, usually around 40 hours a week. Some people work during the day, 5 days a week. Some people work at night through the night shift. Benefits and positives and negatives to that. It's not as much people around at night, but you do have responsibilities. You have to tend to. You have to check things. You always have to be sharp. And in the operating room, you always have to be sharp, and because you want to give that person the most attention you can. In the operating room, there's a lot of gear we wear. Of course, all the masks that everyone you see wearing now. We wear those usually 8 hours a day on the shift. But you get used to it after about 5 minutes of wearing a mask. For days on end, you get used to having this thing on you, and it can be uncomfortable at times if it's really hot, and or you're trying to move around quick. but it helps prevent them from getting sick and helps you from getting sick. And that's a win-win situation. So that way, everybody wins. And we also have hats on. We have to wear the hats. Even if you don't have any hair, they still make you wear a hat. And shoe covers and special scrubs. I don't have all my scrubs. These are scrub pants, but I'd misplaced the top earlier. But this is pretty much plain Jane, just material that can be washed. It's washed by a special company at a certain temperature. There's a lot of small details, a lot of moving parts that make a hospital work. Even people that wash those clothes for you, they have to be clean. If they're not, everyone's in trouble. You're putting them at risk. The people that serve the trays, if they give them the wrong diet, it could be a whole ordeal. So every moving part is important. And that's good to keep in mind. Anytime you go into a job, you want to look at these people as integral parts of a piece of machinery. And for it to work best, we need to support those integral parts. And if you find a place that it's not working as effective, we need to fix that bottleneck and see what we could do to help support that, to make things run smoother, to have better outcomes, to make it a better workplace, and just to be happier overall. I think that's about all I can think of. The schedule, work conditions, it's usually pretty nice. Usually like hanging out with friends and doing procedures. They all have the same interests a lot of times. In the operating room, there's a lot of music. Some of the doctors like to have a little background music, keep them sharp and aggressive, and just keep them on the ball. But that's really about it. As much as I can remember to tell you. I don't want to overload you. I don't want to make it sound scary or anything. It can be very rewarding. And I hope you guys find the right career for you. That'd be great. Play some music before you go. Okay, well, I'll step to the side and maybe play some music. Actually, right now I'm not at the hospital, like I say, because the privacy things. Couldn't really get access to that. Especially being a live video. But I'll play a little bit of music and then push finish. And thank you guys for watching. Peace out.